Ten Best Picks presents the top 10 best telescopes. Starting at number 10. CELESTRON NEXSTAR Evolution 8. The NEXSTAR Evolution 8 is the perfect choice for advanced users with a larger budget. The telescope has a 203mm aperture which offers an incredible and crystal-clear observation experience of planets and deep sky objects. The mount is computerized, so tracking and locating objects is exceptionally straightforward. Additionally, you can connect it to a tablet or phone, and once it's aligned, it's effortless to jump to objects all around the night sky. The only downside to this telescope is that it doesn't come with a cable you need to update the controller software, which often comes with an outdated version. The cable is only $10, but it's not USB compatible, so you'll need to buy an adapter for it as well. For more information and price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. At number 9. Skywatcher FLEXTUBE 250. The Skywatcher 10 collapsible Dobsonian telescope is an absolute beast of a telescope for a very reasonable price. It's certainly not meant for beginners, though. It's best for intermediate to advanced users who already know their way around a telescope. It has a 254mm aperture with a 1200mm focal length, making it excel at viewing DSOs. While its wide-angle field of view is not the best option for viewing details on planets, its sheer aperture size and light-gathering capability provide beautiful and clear images of the universe. The collapsible feature is an excellent touch also, allowing an easy and quick transition from compact and portable to a fully functional telescope. However, on the downside, it does take some time and effort to collimate the telescope effectively. Number 8 of my list. Orion SPACEPROBE 130 Saint. Though not the best scope money can buy, the SPACEPROBE is a solid mid-range contender. One reason for this is its respectable 130mm parabolic objective reflector. Assuming that viewing conditions are good, you should be able to get an excellent view of Jupiter's 4 largest moons and the rings of Saturn. Most beginners' telescopes, like the Meade Instruments Infinity and Skyer 600x 90mm, are of the Alt-Oz variety, which is perfectly fine for just looking around. Sometimes, however, when you've found something especially nice to observe, or you're waiting for the atmosphere to grant you a clear view, they make it difficult to keep your subject in view as it drifts across the sky. An equatorial mount, by contrast, allows you to slew your telescope along only one axis to keep studying it. It should be mentioned that some people find it difficult to aim the base at geographic north each time they want to go skygazing. In principle, though, this is no more difficult than getting the tripod horizontal using a spirit level, and practice quickly makes perfect. Coming at number 7. Skywatcher Collapsible Dobsonian. Dobsonian telescopes are lovely in terms of how wide an aperture they offer at a low price, their ease of aiming, and their general simplicity. Unfortunately, when it comes to moving and storing them, they're typically about as convenient as a small cow. These factors often make them inaccessible to people who would otherwise prefer Dobsonians over tripod-mounted telescopes. While not a perfect solution, allowing the body to telescope out to its full length when in use and collapse down to a more manageable length afterward can save a lot of space in a car or closet. In this case, the tube is about 25 inches long in its storage position. This kind of mechanism leads to the tube having open sides when extended. While the paraboloid objective mirror shouldn't pick up any noticeable amount of light that's not getting in through the aperture, you can certainly expect more dust and dew to end up on it. You may want to sew together a kind of skirt for it from blackout material, which should take care of both problems at once. Though more expensive than the Orion Skyquist XT8, the extra cash is not necessarily wasted. The base of the Skywatcher, although also made from particle board, seems to be a bit more solid, and the bearings turn much more smoothly. At number 6. CELESTRON NEXSTAR Evolution 6/8. Unlike cheap computerized telescopes which have small apertures, cheap plastic gears, and hand controllers reminiscent of a pocket calculator, the NEXSTAR Evolution telescopes have enough aperture to actually show you stuff, a solid all-metal construction, and it can be controlled via a built-in Wi-Fi network with your smartphone or tablet. The NEXSTAR Evolution is incredibly easy to operate and even has its own built-in rechargeable battery for plug-and-play use. Being a Schmidt-Cassegrain catadioptric design, the Evolution's main drawback is the somewhat narrow maximum field of view compared to a similar-sized reflecting telescope. However, the computer functions more than make up for this. The Evolution scopes come with two eyepieces, a 40mm Plossl providing 38x in the 6 and 51x in the 8 models respectively, and 13mm Plossl providing 115x in the 6 and 156x in the 8 models respectively. For more information and price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. Halfway of my listed number 5. Skywatcher Classic 200. An 8 telescope will show even more than a 6. The entire Messier catalog is relatively easy from a suburban or dark site. Pluto may be spotted from reasonably dark skies, and many deep sky objects begin to show fair amounts of detail. The moons of Uranus are possible sights on nights of steady air. The 8 traditional is no bulkier than the aforementioned 6 Dobsonian. The only difference is the weight. For older users or children, an 8 may be too difficult to set up without assistance. The 8 traditional includes a 25mm and 10mm eyepiece, providing 48x and 120x respectively, and a 6x50 finder scope. This finder scope is a little uncomfortable to look through, but usable. Coming in at number 4 of my list, Orion 10014. Thanks to its long focal ratio of f8, the Xt4.5 will have a sharp view at the edge of the field at low power because of less coma. The secondary mirror is smaller, increasing contrast by a minor amount. The longer focal ratio also makes collimation easier. The Xt4.5 comes with two eyepieces, a 25mm and a 10mm Plossl, providing 36x and 90x magnification respectively. These are much better than the inexpensive Kellners and Ma eyepieces supplied with cheaper telescopes on this list. The Xt4.5 seconds finder scope is a 6x30 straight-through unit, which is basically a miniature telescope attached to the side, as opposed to a red dot sight. It's somewhat less comfortable to use. Due to the long tube due to its classic Dobsonian design, the Skyquist Xt4.5 is better suited to sit atop a milk crate or tall box rather than a table. This can be a little annoying, but the improvements over a smaller 114mm tabletop Dobsonians are worth it. At number 3. Zhumell Z130. The Z130 has a collimatable primary mirror and rotating tube rings. These tube rings allow you to rotate the tube to the most comfortable position for viewing and work well with heavy eyepieces. The extra half-inch of aperture is a noticeable improvement compared to 114mm scopes, but it comes at a cost, both financial and practical. The red dot finder for aiming works pretty well, but with 130mm of aperture a more serious 9x50 finder scope or reflex sight might be something you'll upgrade to eventually. The Z130 comes with both a 25mm and 10mm eyepiece, providing 25x and 65x respectively, but we recommend you get another eyepiece. A 6mm gold line would let you view the planets in higher resolution, providing 108x, and trust us, you want to see that. But even if you can't get that eyepiece right now, it's not a deal breaker. The Z130 blows its competitors away with or without the preferred eyepiece. Coming at number 2. Zhumell Z114. The Z114 offers an extremely wide field of view, 2.1 degrees at 26x with the included 17mm eyepiece, and up to 3.6 degrees with an additional lower power wide field eyepiece, big enough to fit even the largest deep sky objects such as the Pleiades, and making it easy to find almost anything even with the included red dot sight. The Z114 also has fantastic optics, taking the 45x provided by the supplied 10mm eyepiece with ease, and being capable of up to 200x magnification with a shorter focal length eyepiece like a 6mm gold line or a 2x Barlow. Don't feel bad about spending a lot on extra accessories, they're worth it with this scope. Unlike the Z100, the Z114 can be collimated for the sharpest possible views. It's great for anything: planets, star clusters, nebulae, and even some galaxies. And at only 11 pounds, the entire telescope fits in a backpack and can be brought on an airplane, much like its smaller sibling the Z100. And number 1. Zhumell Z100. If your wallet is a little tight, the Zhumell Z100 is the cheapest and best astronomical telescope one can buy. This telescope is well worth its low price. The Z100 is perfect for kids, college students, and other newbies who are interested in looking deep into the cosmos. Eyepieces supplied with the Z100 are at 10mm and 17mm. The 17mm has a little too much magnification for a low-power eyepiece. Don't replace it with something else though, you would be spending just as much as on what could be a better telescope. The Z100 weighs 5 pounds, and there's a nice built-in handle attached to the side of the mount. When one needs an extremely portable and convenient telescope, the Z100 is your best bet. The Z100's primary mirror cannot be aligned. As a result, sharp images are hard to come by. We would certainly recommend spending a little more on a telescope with a collimatable primary mirror, as it can make a world of difference in image sharpness. For more information and price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel, share this video and hit the like button.